Hey everyone, my name's Rob. Welcome to my channel, Rob's Plants and Things, and today we are talking about the 5 slowest growing plants in my collection. So this list does exclude cacti, succulents, and Hoyas, because we know they grow slow anyway, so there's no point in including them. But before we get started, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know I'm doing a somewhat subpar job making good content. And I've also realized that most of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, so hit the subscribe button if you can. So first up is the Philodendron Mamei. And look, she's not the prettiest looking Mamei around. I got him, whatever, from Lori at Secret Garden. And initially when I saw it, I was like, ooh, this could replace the Philodendron Silver Cloud I had in Australia that was, by the way, extremely fast growing, like very quick. And since it had this new leaf coming out when I got it, I repotted it. It had a great root system, by the way, and then since then has done absolutely nothing. I've had this for about 2 months now, and I've had nothing from it. And it's under it's under a grow light, so it's got good light. It's I don't know. I mean, Laura did tell me that this one was probably used to a bit more humidity, so it was probably gonna take a hit, and it did. So these leaves, there, a little bit of crispy there, a little bit of crisping there. But the new leaf was actually pretty nice. Like, you know, pretty. But after that, it has done absolutely nothing for me. It has put out lots of roots into the soil though. So I'm hoping that it's just trying to create a really great root system. But I do know that the roots are good because I've had a peek and it's a very full root system. So I don't know what's going on there because, I don't know, I thought they were meant to be, you know, pretty okay. I have a thing for koalas, and honestly this thing's a little bit floppy in its pot anyway, so I need to find some way to stabilize it a bit, just shove it in there. There we go. That looks better, right? There? That's better than flopping around. Yeah, so this gets the same care that all my plants do. All my plant care tends to be the same for most things. Unless I'm acclimatizing it to my conditions, then it's a little bit different. But yeah, so super well draining soil, about 60 to 65% humidity, room humidity, under a grow light. Hi Lionel. Lionel, don't scratch my table. Please. Lionel decided he wanted to be part of the conversation, so he's going to contribute. So he says that this Mamei needs to start growing or it's going to get the cut. So, which I agree with. If this doesn't start growing, okay, it's going to hit winter soon. So if in spring it doesn't give me any new growth, I think I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to give it to someone who can give it what it wants. As I was saying, super well draining soil, good light, humidity is up to about 65%, as all my plants get anyway. Drops to 55 sometimes in the middle of the day, but that's fine. And, oh, now you want to go down? Yeah? You want to go down? Mm? Yeah, okay. And I water it when the soil hits about 3 on the moisture meter. That's about it. But yeah, this one doesn't want to grow for me. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what I need to do with it. If anyone has tips on what to do. It gets all the same care. It gets a little bit of fertilizer. Oh! Cats. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So that is the Philodendron Mamei. This is Alocasia Dark Star, and I've mentioned this before. This has grown very slow for me. Very, very slow. I got this months ago, at least 3 months ago, and it only just put out this leaf last week, and it's not even hardened off yet. So this thing, but I have to say, extremely resilient Alocasia. So this has suffered severe drops in humidity. Nope, it has not drooped. Soil has dried out, has not drooped. I've snapped off a leaf. No issues there. What else have I done to this thing? I've dropped it multiple times. No issues there. So, as you can tell, I'm a very clumsy plant parent. So, But, in that sense, I can recommend this alocasia to anyone who wants an alocasia that gets big and isn't too much trouble. This thing can dry out. It can struggle through. It can go through low humidity bouts of low humidity. It can go through, days with very little light, and it's okay. It's probably why it didn't grow very much. And it still upsized its leaf quite substantially. Look at that. So that was the most recent leaf, and then this is the newest one under my care. Over there. Look at that. Oh, and this thing upsizes quite a bit. Like I saw a large version of this. It was bigger than my Regal Shield actually. But I saw a large version of this in Royal City Nursery, and it was huge, and it was gorgeous, and it had like 10 leaves at once, and I was like, I've never seen that on an alocasia ever. So that is pretty cool. So if anyone wants a alocasia that will upsize slowly, but is super easy to care for, this one. Like, I can recommend this to anyone. I love this plant. I absolutely love this plant. I stare at it, I pick it up, I touch it. Every day. Every single day. I love this plant. But it is very slow growing. Like, be prepared to wait for leaves to come out on this thing. Because, like, my Regal Shield grows quicker than this thing. It's put out 2 new leaves in the time that this leaf has come out. So, and it's in the same spot. It gets the same light, same care. So, in that sense, much slower than a large alocasia, which should take longer. So, but otherwise, she is gorgeous. Right? Like, I mean, look at this leaf. I can't get over this leaf. It is the size of my face. It is, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's the size of my face, guys. We love a big, big leaf, don't we? So, yeah, that is Alocasia Dark Star. The cats are very on form today. Yes, Archie, there's a bird out there. Cool. This is Monstera Peru. Monstera Peru is very frustrating to grow. I have to consider myself lucky because a lot of people just get runners on these with no leaves. So I have to be thankful in the sense that I do get leaves. Great. The thing that's very frustrating to me is it grows so absolutely slowly that I forget it's even there. Like, I forget I have it. I made this list of 5 slowest growing plants, and I forgot that this was my slowest growing plant. Like, ever. So, that tells you how slow it grows. I got this in March, I believe. I think I got it like late March or early April. Yeah, late March or early April. And it had, okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And 4, 5 leaves. So it had this leaf here. 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 And this leaf here. Okay? And since spring has come and gone, it's given me this, this, and this. That is very slow, in my opinion, for Monstera. And it makes me really bitter because my friends in Australia who have this say it grows super easy and super quick. I mean, yeah, that just tells you there's a difference in countries in terms of like conditions and how things grow. So I did say when I started this channel I was going to compare things to Australia, and this definitely apparently grows much slower in Canada than it does in Australia. Australia is a little bit more humid. It is closer to a more tropical, slightly tropical, not very tropical, it's still temperate, but it is more towards the tropical range as Canada, compared to Canada. So, you know, I mean, honestly, I was thinking about getting rid of this, and then I looked at it closer today and I was like, you know what, it's still pretty though. Like it's still like, I mean, the leaves are still pretty cool. They're pretty, yeah. They're like thick and sturdy and bullate, and they're just pretty cool, and they're a nice little addition to a collection because they look a little bit different from most things. And it is sizing up as it grows, so I really shouldn't complain that much. And I'm not getting runners. A lot of people get runners on them. But the thing that annoys me is I was at Belgian Nursery yesterday and they had gigantic Perus. I could just buy a gigantic Peru. And, you know, not worry about the small one. So, I don't know. And that's not to say that, like, I mean, it has an amazing root system as well. So, I'm just going to do it. Look, oh, I just snapped the root. Oh no. Did I? Oh no, I didn't. Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. Look at the roots. So it's got great roots. Like, it's not like it's like struggling and it's got no roots at all. It is a healthy plant. It's just extremely slow. It is in semi-hydro, so I don't know if that changes things. If it goes, maybe it's more vigorous in soil. I don't know. I changed this to semi-hydro because I had Litruisapon on hand, and I was like, yeah, let's try it. So, and honestly, this one suffered some stress when I changed it to Litruisapon, and then it took a couple days to come back, like to perk back up. So, from my experience, be careful when you're converting this to semi-hydro. But other than that, has adapted well to it. Loves the roots. The roots love the semi-hydro. But it's gonna be slow. Very, very slow. And get used to it. Hey guys, I'm sitting here editing my video, and I just realized that the whole section where I talked about my Anthurium Papillilaminum hybrid did not save, which is so annoying. So anyway, we're going to talk about it now. Here he is. He is a bit of a fussy boy. I don't know what it's hybridized with, but it must be a fussy one. It came with 2 huge dark leaves when I got it, and those quickly deteriorated really quickly when it was adapting to my conditions, and so I snapped them off. But this was growing out at the same time, so I was happy to snap those leaves off. This leaf still hasn't hardened off fully yet, so it's still not fully dark yet. I don't know how it's coming off on the camera, but it isn't as dark as, say, like the mature leaf is yet. Well, maybe it's getting there. It's getting there though. And it does take a bit of a hit with humidity, as you can see from the tip there. And you can tell that like I've underwatered it quite a bit because of the dryness around the leaves as well. It's not the prettiest leaf, but it came out when it was adapting. So I'm fine with that. It does have a new growth point, which is nice. So it is growing. Absolutely love that. But it is very slow. I do let this dry out though, because I don't want to kill it. And it's because it's one of my favorites. It has a really great root system though. Like when I pulled it out of its pot when it came, it was basically all root. So I was like, that's why I was happy to like let it adapt and just kind of do its own thing, because I know the roots are healthy. So yeah, other than that, it is a very slow grower, like most Anthuriums are, but it probably is my slowest growing Anthurium. You cannot talk about slow growing plants without talking about any form of ZZ plant. This is the Raven ZZ, or Zamioculcas, Zamiifolia Raven. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this plant, but this thing hasn't grown since I've moved here. It had new growth when I bought it, and then when I moved, just decided to stop. But it is a very beautiful specimen. I have to say my ZZ is very pretty. I'm very proud of that. It is very pretty ZZ. But it is not doing anything for me at the moment. This is in Litruisapon as well. I just decided to experiment with it in Litruisapon. And I figured because it's a slow grower, I might as well put it in pond, and I just don't have to worry about it for a bit. And it's great. It's like I just don't have to like worry about watering it for like a month. Like I basically top up the water once a month, and that's it. It needs nothing from me, which is great. I'm trying to give it a little bit more light to see if I can get it to grow. But he doesn't seem to want to at the moment. So I think I'm going to have to wait till spring comes around. And then I'm going to have to see if I can grow him, if he gets more growth. But, you know, this is such an easy care plant. I think everyone should have one anyway. This one, like even in soil, you can water it once a month, to be honest. Like that's how I did it. And that was in hot, humid conditions. very little fertilizer necessary. It can pup. That's how it grows anyway. What else? It changes colors, and you know I'm a sucker for leaves that change color anyway. So, you know, it is, and this is one of the plants that I did tell my friend Emily in Australia that it is one of the plants that I want. Like, I must have in my collection, no matter what. Like, it's gonna be with me. This is gonna be with me for a while. ZZs are the kind of plants that you will have for years, because they are hard to kill, and they are slow growers that are hard to kill, and they can go through most conditions. Like, they can go through, you know, phases of darkness. They can be shipped with no issue. They can, you know, be put in a dark corner for a week or two, or, you know, the rest of its life, and it'll just stay there. It won't die. It won't grow, but it'll stay there. So I'm gonna try and give this a little bit more light somehow, and we're gonna see how this goes. But I do have really great. Okay, this is gonna be a bit of a messy, a bit of a shit show. But I have water everywhere. I have water everywhere. But look at the roots on this thing. So I know it's healthy. I know it's healthy because look at that. It's just going nuts. So I don't know whether maybe I should just repot it, but I don't want to because I don't have any more pon. This thing could probably adapt to soil real quick anyway, so I could just convert it back to soil, and it'll be fine. Maybe we should do that. Should we? Yeah, I think I will. We'll do that. Yeah. But other than that, this, although slow growing, is amazing. I think everyone should own this. Any form of ZZ, anyone should own. It's such a great plant. It is such a beautiful plant. I used to not like them when I saw them in pictures, and then I saw them in person, and I was like, you know what, I get it. So I don't think they translate very well in pictures or on camera, to be honest. I don't know if this is translating well, but in person, absolutely drop dead gorgeous plant. You need to see this in person, and you will want one. You will want 5. You will want 20. I almost bought another ZZ yesterday at the nursery. So anyway, this is Zamioculcas Zamiifolia Raven, or the ZZ Raven. So those were my 5 slowest growing plants. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can catch all my content. See you next time.